We have to accept more of God in our hearts. We have to feel more of God growing and glowing within our hearts in order that what? This world can be transformed. And we are the nexus for cosmic transmutation and transformation by our love. We're going to show now the updated collage of all of the recently ascended masters who have, in some way or another, touched the garment of the Heart Center community. And Nancy has updated it, and so we'll see where Richard and where Doreen are. So it's alphabetic by last name. So Paczarowski, she's in the second from the bottom row, the second from the left, well, the third from the left, but the second image. And of course, Richard Zemak is the caboose at the very end. So it's getting bigger and bigger. Someday your image will be there. I don't know if I'll be around to share about it, but we'll see. An amazing group of people, an amazing group. How many are there total, Nancy, approximately? Let's see. Well, we can count them.
70.
Close to 70, yeah. I wasn't tasked to share about Doreen or Richard. However, I have to say that when we went to both Taiwan and Japan with the group in 2005 in December, and when it was revealed that Doreen was the twin flame, I was just in seventh heaven, the twin flame of the angel Deva at the Jade Temple. I was in seventh heaven. We visited the Kamakura Buddha in Japan and a few other sites in Japan, and then in Taiwan it was very special. I think we went to 4 Buddhist temples and another temple that was of a different, a Taoist temple where they lit incense and people would go around you and clear you with incense. It was one of the most magnificent trips and pilgrimages of my life, and the 15 people or so that came really supported that. Boyd was there. Anybody else in this room that was there? Boyd was there. Having Doreen there in person with Nicola was an amazing alchemy. And I didn't really know Doreen that well, yet from that day forward, I felt such a powerful divine attraction to her spirit, in the sense that I felt the holiness of this woman and the blessedness of her being, and really the beauty of her being very quiet, Buddha-like. What you may not know is that the angel Deva of the Jade Temple is also a Buddhic being. So it may seem kind of interesting, an angel Deva being a Buddhic being. Well, yes. And so Doreen really is a feminine Buddha now. So that's what I'd like you all to know, is that when you require help, maybe going into meditation and mastering stillness, when you'd like to be a better listener, she's a great ascended lady master now to commune with and to ask for help, because this was one of her greatest virtues and qualities, was her constancy, which is a green ray quality, her devotion, which to me is also, according to the Eastern teachings, the heart chakra is green, even though we think of it as pink. But in all these other traditions, the heart chakra is green. So she had this great love, and she had a great ability to see things clearly and behold things as they really are, and to speak the truth, which she did at times, as we heard from people. When she may not have spoken much, but when she did, it was wonderful. Richard was a gas, and I just love the man. There was one incident in Minneapolis, or near Minneapolis, where we had a conference, and something happened that was a little bit, touchy. What I have to say about Richard is he was resilient, and he came back for more, and he always showed up. He showed up. conference after conference after conference. And to me, that's constancy. Another green ray quality again. And I have to say that the humble people who are constant are the ones who ascend. Do you agree with that? The humble people who are constant and plug on and give and serve and serve others. Richard cut vegetables and served others. Obviously, we heard about Doreen serving her mom. It was a travesty that her wishes for her will were not acknowledged by her family, who manipulated things. Yet, I claim today, in the name of the Ascended Lady Jadea, that the abundance that she saw coming to the Heart Center shall come to us in some way, alchemically, beautifully, because this was her desire. And her desire now, as an Ascended Lady Master, can be fulfilled through our own faith. Our own faith. So, when you have faith, like a mustard seed, you can do anything through Christ who strengthens you. So I'm kind of conflating two different quotes from the New Testament. When you have faith like a mustard seed, you can do anything through Christ who strengthens you. Why? Because it is the law that when you have true faith, belief, and acceptance of God's will, you tap into this cosmic resource and divine reserve of energy and abundance and blessedness, that then, when you consecrate what you do to God's will, wisdom, and love, it's already victorious. It's already magnanimous. It's already alchemically wonderful. I think we all have to claim our wonderful nature, which is our I Am Presence. It's splendorous, it's wonderful, it's divine, it's magnificent. All these very powerful virtues are within our I Am Presence, right within you. And the I Am Presence is just not above you, it's within you. I think we require a new Buddha nature chart or something, because we still have the sense sometimes that God is above us. God is within us, within us. So if you can lead this service today knowing that God's love is etched and fiery and active within your heart, and that God lives, moves, and has his, her being within you, then you are empowered as God would empower you to heal, to do miracles, to engage the Holy Spirit in all manner of amazing, alchemical, and magnificent works of the Spirit. We shortchange ourselves by thinking God's outside of ourselves, and we have to somehow plea to God to do this or that, right? No more pleading. No more pleading. Being rather than pleading. Okay, you get it? That's a good one. Being rather than pleading. Our prayers now are acceptances of God's will, wisdom, and love already fulfilled by grace, because we live, move, and have our being in the eternal presence of God, and God lives and moves and has his, her being within us. As above, so below, or we could say, as within, so without. It's really the same thing. Let us move forward, never shortchanging what God is capable of doing through us. If you shortchange yourself, then you limit. You put brakes on what can be in terms of all manner of divine blessings. I don't know if I shared this the other night in a service. If I did, forgive me, I'm going to share it again. I saw a little girl at Town and Country a couple days ago, and she was amazing. She was probably 6 or 7. And something told me, this girl is clairvoyant. And I looked at her. And then she looked at me, and I was wearing a light blue fleece little jacket. And she looked at me and said, that's a, let's see, what did she say? What did I say to you? I like your jacket. I like your jacket. I didn't realize until I got home that what she was really saying was, I like your aura, because she could see my aura. I didn't realize that. As soon as I had that thought, this gal is clairvoyant. Well, what is an aura? It's a jacket, right? It's just an outer garment that some people see and others don't. And this little girl was amazing, and I just instantly loved her because I saw God in her. I saw the divine she in her. So expect miracles, expect victorious happenings, expect, believe, have faith that whatever you require, when you require it, can be right there because an angel is listening to your heart. An angel of God knows your needs, your requirements. And if you're working on a project and you come to some crazy step where it's not happening or there's a blockage, just take a deep breath, close your eyes, go into the godness of yourself and your heart, and see the blockage dissolving, being transmuted, and the answer and the blessing and the encouragement and the flow reconnecting you to whatever is magical, powerful, and divine that can then manifest because you believe and you have faith as the mustard seed, and Christ strengthens you, and in that moment, the difference between you and God is nothing. There's no separation. God is within you and answers before you even ask the question or make the request. To have so much faith in God that you know that God will deliver you or deliver the goods to you or whatever you require is the sign of an initiate, because initiates don't shortchange God. Initiates accept the fullness of God's presence, the fullness of God's love, God's wisdom, and God's faith or power, fully blazing within them. We have to accept more of God in our hearts. We have to feel more of God growing and glowing within our hearts in order that what? This world can be transformed. And we are the point of transformation and transmutation by our love. We are the nexus for cosmic transmutation and transformation by our love. We are the divine focal point, the node by which the Holy Spirit can breathe new life into this world and into every situation, into our relationships, which may have become stale because we don't activate the relationships by caring for one another fully in every moment. Listen carefully and caringly to the needs of others, even before they vocalize them. If you're sensitive enough, you will hear, feel, and know a need, a requirement, even before someone makes a request. How many times, raise your hand if you have felt the need or the requirement of somebody else before they vocalized it, and you knew it and you acted on it before they asked. Every hand should go up. I know you've done this, every one of you. How did that happen? It happened because you were listening, you were still, you were sensitive, and then, like the Good Samaritan, you responded. Let's move through this week. And next Sunday, I would like to hear a miracle happening from each and every one of you who comes to this service, Easter Sunday, and those on the broadcast. I'd like every one of you to have a little sharing, a couple sentences, maybe 3 max, of something that will transpire this week from Palm Sunday to Easter Sunday because you decided to dissolve the separation between you and God and to give or to do something that was worthy of you as an initiate, as a disciple of God and the Holy Spirit. And you can send it any time this week. Where should they send it, Boyd? To you? To me? Okay. Send it to, well, I don't like to give out my email personally. Okay. Send it to friends@heartcenter.org. It goes to Carol, friends@heartcenter.org. She can compile them. And I'd actually like to have them written down so that you actually write them rather than having you come next Sunday and speak them. I would like them written down as a testament to your spiritual path of initiation whereby a master challenged you through me and you obeyed and you sought out something that was deliciously beautiful and divine. Okay? This is your assignment this week. So I expect over 100 of these to be read next Sunday. And we will celebrate on Easter. Is it next Sunday? Okay. We will celebrate next Sunday your victories of experiencing maybe the resurrection yourself, the resurrection of your consciousness, of your mind, of your will, of your love. Jesus says we must resurrect our love of God, of each other, and of all life. We must resurrect our love and have our love be on a higher level than ever before. Because why? The challenges of this hour and this world are not easy, and we have to meet those challenges with greater love. Okay, Mona, go ahead. You're just doing it early, okay.
I'm doing it early.
You're doing it early, okay.
Getting the homework done.
So yesterday, we had a class on our property for Paradise Permaculture, and the students were new to me. One I knew briefly. I had met before, but the others I hadn't, and it was a small group. And we were propagating plants, and so we were outside for 3 hours straight before stopping, and I could just sense and feel that they needed something, they really needed something, speaking of something healthy and divine. So I went in the kitchen, I made smoothies, and I brought them out for everybody, and they just couldn't believe it. Here's the instructor coming out and bringing them food. And I just felt like when you have people that really care about the land, they also care about other people. And there was some, special energy I felt from this group, and I wanted to give back. So I did that, and then when it was time to say goodbye, nobody wanted to leave. So I think what we created not only was helping the earth with what we were doing with the plants, but the bonds between each other, and it was a day that just flowed. It was beautiful. So.
Thank you. Yeah, last Sunday we had a meal at our property at the end of the prayer vigil, and no one wanted to leave then either. We love each other so much. So the love that you hold in your heart, let it just grow and expand this week. And I think we will see changes in the world as a result of letting our love flow. Unbounded, unscripted, just fresh, new, beautiful, divine.